Firefighters and canine dogs stole the show at National Day Parade. Overwhelming crowd seen at DATARAN MERDEKA as well as Patong, and Rose McGrath verdict to be delivered tomorrow. Those are the headlines for tonight. Good evening everyone, you meet Douglas Elliott and this is Tvs Nightline. Members of the Fire and Rescue Department BOMBA and the Royal Malaysian Police K9 Unit stole the show at the National Day Parade today in Kuala Lumpur. A short clip of the firemen standing on the trucks while holding the Malaysian flag made rounds on social media due to the good physique which won the spectators' heart. At the same time, dogs in the K9 units also stole the show. These dogs, who help PDRM in detecting illegal substances and finding missing persons, were seen walking alongside their handlers in little boots. According to a Facebook post by Royal Malaysia Police, they gave the dogs dog shoes to wear to ensure comfort and to keep their paws cool. As the parade requires long hours of walk under the sun, the shoes help prevent their paws from getting burned by the scorching heat. The National Day Parade made a triumphant return at DATARAN MERDEKA on Wednesday after a 2-year hiatus. As 1,000 strong the venue to be part of the celebration. Communications and Multimedia Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said the overwhelming response from Malaysians far surpassed the initial expectations.
Tadi pagi pukul 5 mereka dah mula datang. Pukul 6 lepas subuh je semua galeri seat semua sudah penuh. Ini sambutan yang sangat luar biasa. Saya sendiri pun terkejut bila saya sampai pukul 6.45 tadi, didapati semua jalan sudah penuh dan kereta parking panjang. Itu di luar pada jangkaan jawatankuasa. Jadi sambutan rakyat kali ini barangkali setelah 2 tahun tidak ada acara seperti ini. Itu yang pertamanya. Yang keduanya feel good factor di kalangan rakyat dan juga dengan tema keluarga Malaysia dan teguh bersama itu benar-benar nampaknya dapat sambutan yang hangat pada rakyat. Ini membanggakan.
He also said the parades and performances ran smoothly, with over 20,000 participants taking part in the show. Anwar said Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria also conveyed their appreciation and amazement in watching the performances put on by the participants. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob and his wife Datin Sri Muhaini Zainal Abidin also conveyed the same.
Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong dan Raja Permaisuri Agong minta saya sampaikan rasa penghargaan duli tuanku dan kagum melihat persembahan-persembahan yang telah ditunjukkan oleh semua kontingen-kontingen dan juga murid-murid sekolah yang telah mengambil bahagian. Begitu juga Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri dan isteri minta saya sampaikan kepada semua para peserta penghargaan dan terima kasih serta ucapan tahniah atas kejayaan sambutan Hari Kebangsaan yang baik yang telah dapat disempurnakan.
Back home in Sarawak, Betong residents turn out in droves to celebrate the state-level National Day celebration at the Tan Sri Dato' Amar Stephen Kalong Ningkan Sports Hall on Wednesday. The National Day Fete was graced by Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud and Premier of Sarawak Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. Our reporter Adlina Rahman was at the event today and tell us a bit about today, Adlina.
Thank you, Douglas. The Malaysian flag, known as the Jalur Gemilang, was flown today inside the Tan Sri Dato' Amar Stephen Kalong Ningkan Sports Hall As a part of the statewide National Day event, the Minister of Utilities and Telecommunications, Dato' Jalahi Narawi, who is in charge of this year's state-level National Day celebration, gave a speech to open the festivities after a performance by a group of percussionists. And during the occasion, the Premier Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, also gave a speech. And following his speech, the Jalur Gemilang was lifted in a ceremonial fashion, and the celebration's symbolic launching ceremony was started by the Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud. I would like to also add that among those present during the event are Deputy Premiers Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Embas and Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, and also the Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah. That is all I have for today. Be sure to tune in to TVS at channel 122 Astro and my preview for more news updates. I'm Adlina Rahman, reporting from TVS from Betong.
Former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has been admitted to the hospital after he tested positive for COVID-19 on Wednesday. According to a statement on his Facebook page, Tun Mahathir has been admitted to the National Heart Institute for observation for the next few days. The statement, however, did not disclose his symptoms or conditions. This is not the first health scare for Mahathir this year, as he has a history of heart problems. Tun Mahathir was warded at National Heart Institute in December last year for a full medical checkup before undergoing an elective medical procedure on January 8th. And after almost a 4-year trial, Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor will know whether she will be acquitted or convicted on 3 corruption charges relating to the solar hybrid project for 369 rural schools in Sarawak. High Court Judge Muhammad Zaini Mazlan is scheduled to pronounce the verdict at 9 a.m. on Thursday in an open court. On Tuesday, Rosmah has filed a last-minute application to recuse Judge Muhammad Zaini from hearing or making a decision on the case.
The application was filed yesterday on the grounds of the purported leak judgment of a case which was prepared by another party that was viral by the mass and electronic media on August 26. It is understood that the High Court will deal with the application first tomorrow. Rosmah is facing 1 charge of soliciting 187.5 million ringgit and 2 counts of receiving bribes totaling 6.5 million ringgit from Jepak Holdings' former managing director Saidi Abang Samsudin. It was an inducement to help the company, Jepak Holdings, to secure the hybrid photovoltaic solar system integrated project and maintenance and operation of Genset diesel for 369 rural schools in Sarawak, worth 1.25 billion ringgit through direct negotiation from the Education Ministry. She was charged with committing the offence at Lygon Cafe, G24, ground floor, Sunway Putra Mall, 100 Jalan Putra, Chowkit, here between March and April 2016. On February 18, 2021, Rosmah was ordered to enter her defence on the 3 charges after the prosecution succeeded in proving a prima facie case against her. The prosecution on December 11, 2020 wrapped up its case against Rosmah after calling 23 witnesses in the trial, which started on February 5th the same year. The charges frame under Section 16 in bracket A, subsection A of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Act, which provides for imprisonment of up to 20 years and a fine of not less than 5 times the amount of the gratification or 10,000 ringgit, whichever is higher upon conviction. All the cases had been transferred from the Sessions Court to the High Court for trial, preceded by Judge Mohammed Zaidi.
The full report of the Special Investigation Committee on the death of firefighter Muhammad Adib Muhammad Qasim is expected to be tabled to the Cabinet next month. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Parliament and Law, Dato Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar said the government received the report from the committee, which started the investigation on December 21st last year on Tuesday.
Wan Junaidi, who is chairman of the special committee, said that the committee had implemented various initiatives to identify the cause of death, including interviewing witnesses and studying the documents involved. He said the incident reconstruction was also done, involving the relevant agencies to simulate the incident based on closed-circuit television, CCTV, video recordings, and statements from witnesses. On October 9 last year, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob announced the establishment of a special committee to ensure a thorough, transparent and proper investigation into the death of the firefighter. Muhammad Adib, who was a member of the Emergency Services Unit EMRS of the Subang Jaya Fire and Rescue Station, was injured during a riot at the Sri Mahamariamman Temple in USJ 25th Subang Jaya on 27 November 2018 and died on 17 December 2018. He was said to have been attacked and severely beaten following a dispute between two groups over the relocation of a 100-year-old temple. On September 27, 2019, the Coroner's Court established that Muhammad Adib died after he was assaulted by 2 or 3 unidentified people during the riot. On November 29, 2021, Muhammad Adib's family received 1.5 million ringgit in compensation from the government.
Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation (MDEC), Malaysia's lead agency in digital transformation, has announced the 2022 edition of the Global Technology Grant (GTG) and is calling for new applicants. The GTG provides applicants access to funding for research or innovation, development and commercialization of innovative commercial products or service.
GTG is open to technology companies or startups that are ready to venture into their first global market or want to expand their existing global presence with further product and service commercialization with a maximum project duration of 2 years. Applicants can be of locally owned or foreign-owned companies, with the former receiving up to 50% of the total project cost, or 2 million ringgit, whichever is lower, while the latter receiving 30% of the total project cost, or 2 million ringgit, whichever is lower. That are focused on conducting high-value innovation and research and development (R&D) activities. Similarly, they too will be able to receive up to 30% of the total project cost, or 2 million ringgit, whichever is lower.
Still to come, Sarawak eyes South Korea and Japan on hydrogen economy development, and mourners mark 25th anniversary of Princess Diana passing. Right here on Tvs Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. Sarawak remains a proud member state of the Federation of Malaysia, despite its fight to regain its rights under the Malaysia Agreement 1963 MA63. Thus, the move should not be questioned so as to respect the agreement made by the forefathers, said Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg during the state-level National Day celebration in Betong.
Rakyat Sarawak menuntut supaya hak dan keistimewaan Sarawak dihormati dan diiktiraf oleh kerajaan persekutuan. Tetapi ini tidak bermakna rakyat Sarawak tidak mempunyai semangat kebangsaan dan patriotisme yang tinggi. Anak Sarawak dalam arena sokan seperti Pandelela Rinong dan Boni Benyau Gustin berjuang berhabis-habisan agar lagu kebangsaan kita negaraku boleh berkumandang di antara arena antarabangsa.
He added that being a part of the Federation, Sarawak understand that certain power falls under the federal government while certain rights and autonomy are under the Sarawak government, noting that should a dispute surface in regards to power and rights between the state and federal government, the matter shall be settled in court, such as the state's demand on tax or SST on petroleum products from Sarawak. Nonetheless, Abang Johari said Sarawak is always eager and willing to work with the federal government in matters that will benefit the people. In another development, Abang Johari said Sarawak is keen to collaborate with foreign countries in the development of hydrogen economy. Similarly, the state, through Sarawak Economic Development Corporation SCDC Energy, will also be collaborating with the National Oil and Gas Company, Petronas, in the research and development of sustainable aviation fuel from algae.
Pada bulan Oktober insya-Allah saya akan memenuhi undangan daripada Jepun untuk berkongsi pandangan mengenai hidrogen sebagai sumber bahan bakar baru ke atas transisi tenaga daripada bahan bakar karbon kepada bahan bakar tanpa karbon sebagai mendukung usaha dunia mengatasi perubahan iklim dunia.
Malaysians are encouraged to fly the Jalur Gemilang as a sign of love for the country and a spirit of patriotism, thus symbolizing the nobility of individuality as well as proof of the existence of an independent sovereign nation.
The spirit of flying the Jalur Gemilang flag should be present in all of us Malaysians, regardless of places and time. And especially today as we celebrate the 65th Independence Day of Malaysia. So join me as I ask every Malaysian on what does the Jalur Gemilang flag means to each and every one of them.
Semua rakyat Sarawak dan untuk Malaysia amnya, saya sebagai peserta tentera, nombor tentera saya dahulu 1096-038 ingin mengucapkan selamat menyambut Hari Kemerdekaan. Merdeka! Merdeka! Bagi saya Jalur Gemilang melambangkan kaum-kaum yang berada di sini dan 14 negeri yang berada di bawah naungan kerajaan Malaysia dan kita dimaklumkan kita hidup bersatu rumpun yang sama, satu Malaysia. Itu saja. Dan kita pernah dijajah dan hargailah erti penjajahan yang pernah kita lalui dengan semangat kemerdekaan. Itu saja. InsyaAllah. Jalur Gemilang.
Menyebarkan Jalur Gemilang untuk menyemarakkan lagi semangat memperingati jasa-jasa orang yang telah memperjuangkan kemerdekaan itu.
Memperingati jasa-jasa orang-orang yang sebelum tu lah yang berperjuangkan dan untuk mendapatkan kemerdekaan untuk negeri kita, negara kita lah.
I think it reminds me of all the sacrifices done by our heroes, our leaders and all that. And I think it just, every year it just reminds me of how hard they used to fight for the countries and all for all of us to enjoy the independence today.
Maksud mengibarkan jalur gemilang bagi kami orang sebenarnya di Sarawak tu. Kami orang menyokong kemerdekaan 31 Ogos 1957 dan sebagai menghargai jasa-jasa pejuang kita dulu yang sanggup berkorban nyawa mati syahid demi negara kita yang tercinta.
Bagi kita orang ngibar jalur gemilang tu maksudnya kita bebas dari jajahan, and then kita menghargai jasa-jasa pejuang-pejuang kemerdekaan sebelum tu lah. So sepatutnya semualah digalakkan mengibarnya di waktu 31 tu lah. Dapat mencerminkan kemerdekaan kita untuk Malaysia lah.
Mendapat tiap tahun lah, macam siapa ada NGO kah, kerajaan kah, macam sebelum nak esok hari nak merdeka, tiap malamnya mula sambutan bah. Mesti setiap tempat bah heboh macam di Miri aja, semua tempat, semua daerah, semua kita mau beri semangat dengan anak-anak muda ni itu. Lah.
Jalur gemilang menandakan bahawa kita telah merdeka, and this year kita celebrating 65 years of merdeka. Tanggal 31 Ogos sangat signifikan, terutamanya kepada rakyat kita kerana kita telah bebas daripada penjajah. So kibaran jalur gemilang itu menandakan kita bebas, satu Malaysia, satu keluarga Malaysia. Syabas Malaysia.
Pada pendapat saya, kemerdekaan itu sendiri bukan sahaja kepada merdekanya tanah air ni, tapi adalah kepada diri kita sendiri. Macam mana kita sebagai rakyat Malaysia untuk mempertahankan kemerdekaan yang kita dah ada sekarang ni, dan dalam masa yang sama kita nak mendidik generasi akan datang, terutama kepada anak-anak kita, dan seterusnya untuk memahami apa itu erti kemerdekaan dan mengekalkannya.
An appreciation for our heroes who had died for us, and for us to remember that we are Malaysian and that we are free. What a wonderful statement indeed. That is all from me. My name is Diana Jayasilan, and with videographer Ricky Raza, report from TVS.
You're watching TVS Nightline. Mourners mark the 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's death on Wednesday, laying flowers and leaving messages on the bridge above the underpass when she was killed in a car crash. In Paris, flowers and pictures of Diana adorned Pont d'Alma, which has become her unofficial memorial in the French capital. The princess was just 36 when the limousine carrying her and Dodi Al-Fayed crashed in the tunnel below the bridge as it sped away from paparazzi who were chasing it on motorbikes.
I woke up and I said to my husband, I've had this most awful dream, Lady Diana's passed away. And he said, oh, no. Anyway, we put the telly on and, oh, my God. And I just spent the whole day crying. I had very young children, and they pretty much had to do what they had to do that day because I was just so distraught.
She was one of the world's most recognized and photographed women and a high-profile supporter of humanitarian causes when she died. Millions globally mourned the People's Princess in 1997. The mother of Prince William and Harry, her death plunged the monarchy into crisis. After nearly 2 years of closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Petronas Place Mart reopened its doors to the public at Kuching Civic Center last week. Equipped with interactive exhibits, it will bound to be an informative and entertaining experience for the whole family. Join host Juan Alif and Sharon Kezia on Sejahtera Asia as they will be speaking to Petrosign's Director of Commercial and Experience on what to expect at the new exhibit. 7:45 a.m. only on TVS Astro Channel 122 and My Free View. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news update, both locally and internationally, just a click away by heading on to our website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.